Hello there. So this video is about appropriate speeds, and I'm going to do a commentary at the end of this little clip, and I'll record it all. I'll talk about what I'm doing, what sort of gears I'm in, and you'll see also on the dash cam the speed limit that I'm doing at that time. So a couple of things about appropriate speeds is you need to know the speed limit of the road first. If you're missing all the speed limit signs, you could be going way too slow, or you could be going way too fast. So look for the signs, look for the speed limit changes, and know what they are. Get used to recognizing them when you see ahead of them, so take it into account. So I'm going to give you an example. If you're driving along the road and it's 30 miles an hour, it's a nice clear day, you know, it's not wet on the ground, then it's nice and straight, no bends, no parked cars, then you're looking at about 28, 29 mile an hour speed limit at that point there. If you're doing 20 or less, it's too slow, so you're going to encourage people to overtake you at that point there. And if you're taking your driving test and doing that speed, going too slow, then you're going to pick up driver faults for appropriate speed also. Now, if you flip the coin onto the other side of what we're talking about, which is still doing appropriate speeds, and it's still the same sort of road, 30 mile an hour, but it's a sunny day, clear, dry, but you've got bends ahead of you, or you've got some parked cars, then your appropriate speed is going to start to drop a bit, because you're going to take into account the dangers, anticipation of what could happen. So you could be going past a parked car, someone might step out, someone might open the door. So take all these things into account. If the weather's changing, if it's wet, you're going to go a bit slower. If it's dark, you're going to go a bit slower. So all these things you've got to take into account. So appropriate speeds is important, and getting used to it. And you know, one of the things what you want to be starting saying with your driving instructors is this a good speed? You know, get them to kind of give you feedback. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll turn this camera around now, and we'll do some driving, and I'll commentate on what I'm doing, and I'll try and talk about the gears that I'm in, what's happening ahead of me, why I'm going slow for it. Okay, if you like the video, by the way, click on like, and feel free to share it, and if you're new to my channel, click on subscribe. Take care. There, so let's get going. So I'm just about to move off at the moment. I'm just waiting. I'm in a car park, so I'm just going to pull out the car park, do a bit of driving, and tell you what sort of speeds I'm doing, why I'm doing them, and hopefully it'll make a bit of sense to you. So we'll do a right out of here, centre mirror, right mirror, signal. At the moment, the speed limit in this area at the moment is 30 mile an hour. So as soon as I'm turning, you got a speed bump, a 10 mile an hour speed bump ahead of us. So I'm in second gear, checking my mirrors, slowing down a little bit for them, so I'm not going on too fast. I'm going to do a right at the roundabout, taking the third exit. So I've checked my mirrors, I'm signalling, I'm checking, I'm covering the brake, I'll keep it in second gear. I'm doing about 10-12 mile an hour. I'm going to do a left out of here, and it's telling me the speed limit's come up to, now speed limit, so dual carriageway, so it's 70 mile an hour road going up to. So when I do emerge, I've got to do appropriate speeds. I've got to get the speed up pretty quick. I need a big gap to get out. There we go. So I'm up the gears pretty quick, not hanging around. At the roundabout, I'm going to do a right turn. So I'm planning it already. I'm in fourth gear, doing 45 mile an hour, approaching a 40 zone. I want to change lanes, little shoulder check, make sure it's clear. Taking the third exit, slowing down to 40. And at the moment it's pretty clear, it's nothing too tricky, it's nothing too bad, it's just normal traffic. Got traffic lights ahead of me, changing out to second gear. I'm just checking what's happening behind me, checking the lights haven't changed, keeping an eye on the traffic. I'm going back up to third gear actually, because it's coming along pretty quick, the speed. I'm only doing 20 mile an hour though. Taking the third exit, I need to get across that left lane pretty quick because it's changing, and I'll let them know I'm doing it. Lights are on green, appropriate speed again. I come out this roundabout, I'm in third gear at the moment. You could be in second, I suppose. I'm doing not a bad speed, keeping the gap from the car in front of me, just under 40 mile an hour. Now just remember, don't break speed limits, it's against the law. You know, that speed limit that they put on there is not a target. as long as it's appropriate speed, that's the main thing. So on a day like today, it's a clear day, traffic's running freely. There's no reason why you can't be doing 38, 39 mile an hour, even 40 mile an hour. But keep an eye on it if you get towards 40, because you don't want to tip over the speed limit. But I'm keeping my gap. Now if you look ahead of me, there's two cars. Look how close they are. You see them in the camera? If the car brakes, the other one's braking pretty hard behind him. So at the moment, everything's running freely, everything's flowing nicely, so there's no reason to do why you can't do appropriate speeds. But the thing about driving is, as soon as you turn off the road, it could be a different speed limit. The road could be completely different. You might have to change the way you're doing your speeds. So there's a couple of bends. I'm off the gas. I'm in 4th gear. It's nice and easy. This is what you want on a road like this. But as soon as you reach traffic, you've got to start adjusting your speed. You know, so you're keeping an eye on what's ahead of you, keeping an eye on what's behind you, just so it then comes up pretty quick. Because you never know, you might get a car who's trying to push speed limit even harder and trying to get past everyone. So it's not too hard at the moment. Everything's flowing, but ahead of me we've got some people with the brake lights on. So maybe someone's slowing down to turn. Maybe there's a traffic jam or something. So I'm slowing down, getting my speed down safely. So if I approach too fast, the approach speed could be dangerous. I might have to brake hard. At the moment it's flowing on. So, but I see I've gone down to 22, so I've dropped from 4 to 3rd gear at the same time. And the speed limit ahead of me is going down to 30. At the moment I'm doing 29, so I'm alright. And the traffic ahead of me is braking. Now there could be a traffic jam around the corner, could be braking for the bend. So the appropriate speed at the moment is flowing at just under 30 mile an hour. There's a level crossing ahead of me. I'm going to be doing a left turn at level crossing. So I'm checking what's happening outside of me and letting everyone know. And appropriate speed for the bend, probably anything from 10 to 15 mile an hour. Keeping it under control so that you don't go wide. It's easy. Now the speed limit on here is still 30 mile an hour, but I'm getting towards 28. There's a slow sign on the ground, checking what's happening, slowing for the bend. I'm off the gas, going back down to about 21, 22 mile an hour. Because if I go 30 mile an hour around here, it's too fast. If I'm doing 10 mile an hour, it might be too slow. You have to look at the bend, see if it's going to affect you. See the speed limit ahead of us. This is why you need to keep an eye on what's happening side of the road. It's telling you it's going to 40. So I'm checking what's happening behind me, and I'm starting to put my foot down. Now I'm not going to do 40 here because of the bend, so I'm still doing 30. And this is where you've got to use common sense. If you try and do 40, then you'll be braking it really hard, craziness. So it's still saying 40, but I'm not doing 40 because they're quite sharp little bends these, and it's not a wide road. This is open up a little bit then. Speed limit's going up to 60 miles an hour, national speed limit, single lane. So I'm doing just over 40, approaching 50 on a little straight bit, using my 5th gear now. And that's fine. You're using appropriate speeds at that point because you've got a nice straight bit. I'm not going to try and do 60 because it's too narrow and too bumpy. I'm getting bounced around. I end up losing control. So I'm off the gas for the bend, dropping the speed down a little bit at the same time, being safe. We've got a warning sign of a bend coming up, and it's also saying there's actually a junction on that bend on the right, sorry. So I'm checking, slowing down. There's even signs saying slow down. So I'm dropping from 5th to 3rd gear for the bend. So even though it's speed limit's quite high, I'm still doing 25 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour. It's dropping down all the time. I'm not going to go too fast with the bend because I can't see beyond it, and this is where you've got to do appropriate speeds all the time. Going back up to 4th gear. Now there's a left turn coming up. I want to do a left turn, so I'm checking what's happening behind me, showing a signal, braking, back down to 2nd gear, bringing it round, and I've got my speed down pretty quick then because that junction, that left turn came up pretty quick, so I need a bit more braking than normal. But the warning sign did tell me it's coming up, so just be prepared for it. So that's a quick drive from a car park to a fast road to a slow road, back on a fast road, bit of country road. So there's a mixture of everything there. The only thing I didn't do is town centre driving, and that's the same sort of thing. You got to keep looking at the road. So I hope it's giving you an idea about the speed limits and signs. If it has, you know, great, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, then click on the subscribe button, and if you like the video, feel free to share it. I'm just going to pull over here now, just pull that bike, and then just finish the video off. So, good luck with your driving, and I'm hoping this video helps you. Safe driving, see you on the next video. Bye.